I was 20 years old. I had just turned professional racing motocross, and I was testing my motorcycle that day. I was having a great afternoon riding, and I came over a particular part of the track, a big jump, and the bike malfunctioned. I ended up over-rotating and basically lawn darting the ground head first, and I heard my neck break. My body, just like a light switch, went instantaneously numb. I could tell that my head was not connected to my body. Like, my neck was broken, so the last thing I wanted to do was, create more trauma or make it any worse. And so my instincts kicked in. It was pure survival. And I was right there in the moment, dying. If nobody was there, I would have died in the dirt that day. The real profound moment, from this injury was 6 days later. After I had been stabilized, I had had surgery, I was on a ventilator. On this particular day, just prior to my lungs being cleared by the respiratory therapist, there was an emergency call somewhere else in the hospital, and that nurse handed that device to my dad that was standing there next to the bed. And my dad and I locked eyes, and I'm blinking at him, trying to communicate because I can't speak. I'm on a ventilator, can't move a muscle in my body, and I'm effectively drowning in my lungs. My lungs are so full of fluid, and I could see out of the corner of my eye the heart rate monitor machine, the oxygen levels. I could see those numbers dropping. I can't get a breath. And that moment was really incredible, frightening, unlike anything, struggling to just survive. And then I see that heart rate just flatline, and my reality and everything that I thought I knew and was so important in life just dissolved. I opened my eyes for the first time, the second time in my life. Opened with a whole new perspective. I was completely different. My grandmother was standing right over me, and then my mother was on the other side of the bed. And that eye contact, that connection was so powerful that it did not matter if I ever moved another muscle in my body. I have a breath in my body, I am conscious and aware, and I have love to give. And so all I'm gonna do is give it away. Time and love. We have a limited amount of time, we have infinite love, and at the end of it all, share it. Share it all, because you can't take it with you. Floating on the river, there are moments of just real pure peace where you're just one with everything. Everything is perfect just as it is.
Yeah. You found it?
Oh, I found it a few times today. Feeling that tug on the line, that's something I haven't felt in a lot of years. I used to fish with my grandfather, and that's a real special memory for me. And I haven't since my injury, so I'm going on 19 years. I'm 18 and a half years.
Yeah.
And so to work a rod and reel like that today, and to have a fish on,
Wild.
and everybody hooting and hollering, and we're high-fiving each other, and man, I don't know. This is what's being done out here is so incredible, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it and to have experienced this and to be able to pay it forward and to share these stories and this message and this opportunity. And that's what life's about. It's so pure, it's so authentic, it's so organic, it's simple and no BS. You know, forget the injury, forget the chair, forget the struggles, just float and be cool. When you're amongst survivors, you know, people that have gone through really traumatic, you know, experiences or you know, lost loved ones, it just reshapes your whole perspective on life. You all of a sudden become so grateful and so mindful about every moment and how special this is, you know, and how magical this life is and these bodies, and you know how, I don't know, it's hard not to be changed. Then, you know, I've been injured for a long time now, and I've got to see a little bit of a paradigm shift occurring because of exposure and opportunities like this, and more people coming out of those dark places and seeing more light, getting more experience, meeting up with more people that are half full, you know, that really have a can-do attitude, that do become, you know, creative and resourceful with this condition, and just use a wheelchair as a tool to go from A to B. It just gets me there. You know, it doesn't define me. You know, I don't live in my chair. I live out of my chair. You know, and I'm no different than you. You know, I roll places, and that's great. That's fine. And, you know, I think, 18 years ago, there was far less opportunity. So people get injured and they get kind of swept aside, and you just hunker down in your little hole, and there's not much hope or opportunity or light there. And I know what that is. I know what that feels like. I know I've been right there. But like I'm saying, you know, today there are more and more people affecting and infecting each other with this positive vibe and this power of possibility.
Yeah.
A single candle lights them all. And this is a pretty damn big fire over here. No, I say it often. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm grateful for this experience. I broke my neck for a reason, and I live today in a space, in a head space, in a heart space that's beyond anything I could have cultivated prior to my injury. I would have spent a lifetime searching for it, if I even knew what I was looking for. But it hit me square in the head, and I love it. I'm surrounded by the most incredible people. I do the most incredible things on a daily basis. I get to come out here and do stuff like this. Like, this is really living life on a most fundamental, true, pure level that this injury gave me. It's a hell of a ride. It's hard. It's not easy. It's a lot of things. But the juice is worth the squeeze.